Hey, what is up, my name is Fire, and today I have some more Destiny 2. Now, one thing I do want to talk about in this video is, are there enough planets in Destiny 2? Is there enough content here within these 4 planets that we have to explore and keep us busy for however long it takes for them to add in another expansion pack or another actual DLC planet? But so far we have 4 planets in the game so far. We have Earth, Titan, Nessus, and Io. All 4 of these planets have their own individual like little side quests and nooks and crannies for you to explore. For example, on Earth we actually have something called a Dark Forest, which is quite a cool place to actually explore. Kind of just like dark and like really dark green and just mysterious. It's kind of like a dark forest. It's kind of like what's that place called in Breath of the Wild, like the big forest thing with all the smoke. The Lost Forest is it called? I'm not too sure. It's kind of like that, only not really as much fog or smoke around it. But yeah, overall, it's very cool. There's also another place called the Tunnels, which doesn't really have too much meaning to it. You do actually go down there during the story campaign, but otherwise you don't really have a whole lot to do. You don't get any loot, you don't really get anything special from exploring them, but they're cool. You can still explore them, you can still see how much depth and how much they've actually went in to creating this planet and creating this Earth. It's actually really cool. Along with that, we also have lost sectors, which in my opinion are really annoying because they don't reset. Now, I'm not too sure if there's a way to get them to reset, like after you complete like all of them or something on a certain planet, or after you like just complete all of them as a whole, they might reset at some point down the line. I'm not too sure, but overall, so far, they're basically just like little mini dungeons. You go in, you kill some enemies, you kill a final boss, you get your loot, you're out of there. But overall, I don't like them because if you do these at a lower level, any items that you get don't really help you because it's kind of just like a waste of a lost sector. If you do them later on in the game, you'll get higher up weapons and higher up level power weapons that you can use at your basically use, and they'll have more use to them pretty much. That's what I'm trying to say. But if you do them at a lower level, like I've done quite a few of them at a lower level, it's kind of just like a waste of a lost sector, and it doesn't really feel like it's helping you all that much. We also have these things called adventures, which are kind of like what I've heard, more fleshed out patrol missions. Now, I personally haven't played patrol missions and I never played the original Destiny, so I don't know how these things perform. But one thing I do know is the adventures are kind of just like mini side quests where you go around, you do some things, you kill some enemies, and like you go do, like it tells you an objective, gives you an objective, tells you to go there throughout the planet. You go there, you do that, you go to another spot, you do that, so on and so forth. And then at the end you get some loot and you get some XP. They're just fun little side quests for you to do, and they are a great addition to Destiny 2. Okay, I just realized that rhyme. That was actually really good. Really good. I actually really like that rhyme. But overall, is there enough stuff for you to do on these planets? Or is there enough planets specifically? I think there's enough. I think for the launch of the game, 4 planets is plenty, especially considering all the stuff you have to do within the planets. It's different if the planets were lifeless and you had nothing to do on them. There's also public events which go on constantly, which give you free loot and free XP for simply just doing something as simple as killing a boss, which isn't even that hard to kill. And if you die, you have a 5 seconds respawn delay. It's not like there's any respawn restrictions or anything. And even if like someone else kills a boss, you can just run on up and take the loot, which it's kind of stupid in my opinion at the same time. But overall, it's pretty cool. I really like the stuff you have available to you on these planets. I think 4 planets is enough, at least at the launch of the game. Now, there will be more planets coming in the future, of course, with expansion packs, and there is an expansion pack pass that you can buy. I believe it's like £20 or something, which is actually a pretty good deal, considering the amount of content that you'll get within the expansion packs. Honestly, I think this game has a lot of content, from strikes to the raid that you can eventually do whenever you level up. You've got the Crucible, you've got all these little mini side quests, you've got the main story campaign. There's a lot of shit for you to do in this game, and that's one reason why I really like it.